when you're getting information, I think it's important to know the background of the person. So I'm a physiotherapist. I've got a 3-year degree in physiotherapy, and then I've done a postgraduate degree as well. So what we're going to talk about today is how and why we feel pain. So pain, everybody, I would imagine, has everyone felt pain in this room? Anyone not felt pain? Anyone's got a rare condition where you don't feel pain? No, okay. So pain is actually really, really important for us to know when the body is being having some kind of noxious stimuli, so whether that be through heat or chemical imbalance, or it can also be due to pressure as well. These are different ways that we sort of feel pain. So on a very basic level, what we get is if we have a bee sting, what's going to happen is we're going to have a bee, say they sting my finger, a signal is going to go up to my brain, and my brain is going to interpret whether that bee sting is a problem for me. So when you get stung by a bee the first time, perhaps we don't have any previous knowledge. So we're going to, there's big nerves called, which are myelinated, and those send signals up to the brain, and so the first one that gets stimulated is a very fast fibre, so it sort of sends the information up and it sort of gets up to the brain and it says to the brain, right, there's something touching you on your first finger. Next, what happens is a second nerve fibre, which is small and unmyelinated and slightly slower, that sends something to your spinal cord, and then another signal goes up to the brain. And all of this information goes to an area in the brain called your thalamus. And the thalamus is interpreting information coming from all over the body. The thalamus then actually says to the main part of the brain, right, there's something touching you on your finger. And then it decides, the brain thinks, okay, well, it goes to the frontal cortex and the parietal cortex and says, well, what do I know about this situation? Has it happened before? And it says, actually, you've not had a bee sting before, so there's nothing to worry about. So it sends a little bit of pain to tell you a way to stay away from bees in the future. So it recognises that they are black, that they're yellow, that they have little wings, and they buzz. Okay. If the first time that you have a bee sting, you go into an anaphylactic shock because you're allergic to them and you almost die, the next time that bee comes along, it's exactly the same information that's going up to the brain, but the brain then goes and says, well, what does it mean to me? The last time you had this, you almost died. So the second bee sting would be absolutely excruciating. It would be so, so painful because your brain knows that that is a very dangerous stimulus for it.
Suddenly realising why I don't want to ever get married again.
Something like that.
Same when I touch wedding cake.
Well, it does work for other things, but we'll just stick with it today. So when we are exposed to the same signal repeated times, you start to get very